Unleash the artist within and transform ordinary scenes into breathtaking masterpieces with the Nikon Z9's long exposure capabilities. Let's dive into creating those dreamy, motion-blurred images using your Nikon Z9. First things first, stability is key. You'll absolutely need a sturdy tripod to keep your camera perfectly still during those extended exposures. Next, we'll set up our camera. Switch your Z9 to manual mode while that's modem on your dial. This gives you complete control over both shutter speed and aperture. For long exposures, we need to let in a lot of light without overexposing. This is where aperture comes in. Set your aperture to a smaller number, like f11 or f16. This will give you a good depth of field and also slightly reduce the amount of light entering the lens, helping prevent overexposure during longer shutter speeds. Now for the shutter speed, this is where the magic happens. Start by setting your shutter speed to a few seconds, perhaps 5 or 10 seconds. You'll adjust this based on your scene and the amount of motion blur you want. We'll eventually lock this in using the camera's built-in timer or a remote shutter release to avoid camera shake. To achieve truly long exposures, especially in bright daylight, you'll need an ND filter while that's a neutral density filter. Think of it as sunglasses for your lens, reducing the amount of light reaching the sensor. Attach your chosen ND filter securely to the front of your lens. With the filter in place, we can now experiment with much longer shutter speeds. Try 30 seconds, a minute, or even longer if your scene calls for it. The goal is to let the movement in your scene while like flowing water or passing clouds while create those silky smooth streaks. To ensure your focus remains perfect, it's best to set your lens to manual focus before you start your long exposure. Once you've dialed in your focus, switch your lens to manual focus mode to prevent the camera from refocusing unintentionally. Now, compose your shot. Set your aperture to f11 or f16. Your shutter speed to your desired long exposure. Attach your ND filter. Switch your lens to manual focus and trigger your exposure using the self-timer or a remote. Take a test shot, review it on your LCD, and adjust your shutter speed or ND filter strength as needed until you achieve that perfect long exposure.